Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast, and we're gonna get into it. I mean, look, the Boston Celtics, we thought they were the better team in this series heading into it, and of course, the game isn't played on paper, obviously, right? And my reservations early on before the series began was like, you know what? Look, you got two All-NBA players in Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. They got Marcus Smart, and they got, Robert Williams. They got defensive guys. They got Malcolm Brogdon. The talent was just so stacked on the Boston Celtics. So I was like, you know what? Logic says, hey, Miami will give them a fight, but I expect the Boston Celtics to prevail, right? I mean, they are the defending Eastern Conference champions, right? Well, the game isn't played on paper, of course. So we get to this point. They lose both games at home in embarrassing fashion. And then they come to Miami for game 3 and get wiped. Joe Mazzulla, he's not the guy for the Boston Celtics. I'm sorry. I was trying to not. I don't want to be. You don't want to be the guy that's always going to call for someone's job or whatever. But I mean, clearly you see the coaching mismatch between him and Eric Spoelstra. I mean, Joe Mazzulla got away in that Sixers series just because Doc Rivers is not a good coach in my opinion, and James Harden is the master choke artist. So he can rely on the talents of Jayson Tatum to save you. In this series, with a team that is well coached and they have all their guys on the roster ready to play and know how to play the game, different. And you have a dog in Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. You can't fool around with this team. You know what I'm saying? And they messed around in Boston. They lost both games. They come to Miami, get wiped. I mean, you had Gabe Vincent being the leading scorer out of all players, right? 29 points. Bam and Jimmy didn't even need to play the fourth quarter. Talk about snatching the hearts out of the Celtics and Celtics fans. I mean, as a Celtics fan, you must be devastated. You know what I'm saying? And look, is Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, is that experiment done? They played many years together. The best they have to show for it was last year, getting to the NBA Finals and losing to the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, in the game 5 and 6s, whatever it was, they were turning the ball over like crazy. They got so discombobulated, just a complete mess. I think it's done. I think it's time. I mean, look, Jaylen Brown is due for a crazy Supermax extension. If I'm the Celtics brass, I'm thinking like, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got 12 points from Tatum or Brown or vice versa. Even both of them had 14, 12 points apiece. That's not going to cut it. You know what I'm saying? You expect those two All-NBA players to get you a game. Win that game 3. Couldn't come through. Jaylen Brown, I've seen his demeanor all postseason. Honestly, it looks like he's checked out in a lot of ways. His press conferences are just, I don't watch a lot of Jaylen Brown press conferences, so maybe this is just how he talks. But, and I like Jaylen Brown as a player and as a person off the court. I think he's really cool. He's done a lot of good things off the court and stuff. So this is not really shade or attacking him, just in terms of the play and the demeanor I see on the court. It looks like he doesn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? He looks kind of out of it. Doesn't look like his usual self. You know what I'm saying? Last year in the playoffs, he was an absolute dog. This year is like a different version. Is the window for Jaylen Brown in Boston, is that chapter coming to a close? You know what I'm saying? Is that window coming to a close? I think it is. And yeah, man, congratulations to you Heat guys, man. I mean, Heat Nation, you guys pulled off something crazy. I mean, you haven't had a seed since 1999 to reach the NBA Finals, and you guys did it. And of course, what better coach to be in place to do that than Eric Spoelstra? I mean, look, this Miami Heat team is talented, but come on now, it doesn't have the superstar talent like he had coached with LeBron James, D Wade, and Chris Bosh. Different era, different style of basketball. I get it, but it just shows that he's been the fixture, he's been there, and he knows how to get the job done. And look, I don't know what their chances are against Denver. I'll be rooting for you guys like hell. Denver, that's a ferocious animal as a team. They're coming. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you had to ask me to pick, I'm rooting for you guys, but I'll say Denver in 6. I know some people think that Denver will sweep Miami Heat, which I think is crazy. I think just the nature of how Miami Heat plays and their coaching, in this fighting spirit that they have as a team, they're good for 2 games at least. You know what I'm saying? So, crazy game. I had a feeling Miami would win, but not in this crazy fashion. And Gabe Vincent, out of all people, getting off on those threes, and Duncan Robinson hitting those threes too. I mean, absolutely incredible performance from Miami Heat. Man, it's just all I can do is just sit back and just marvel at what they've done so far. So anyways, guys, leave your comments. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm out.